Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is finally the end of the week. This is my post-market wrap-up, again on this lovely Friday, June 12th, 2020. I always look forward to this. I really do. Anyway, let's bring this whole thing together. Let's talk about what's going on, and some of it is really, really important. I want you to pay attention to this. All right, nice rally on Wall Street. Cannot be denied. Gains across the board for the three major indices. The Dow finished up about 477 points. At one time today, we were up like 800. We actually went negative. I'm talking about a very volatile day. But, look, if you've been involved in this market as long as I have, when you get a day like yesterday, you're going to get these crazy swings in the market. And that's what we saw today. And, again, a lot of people here focusing on the stock market. No, absolutely not. You should be looking at the 10-year yield, which is well off the low from yesterday. So what does that tell us? Exactly. If there were real fear in this market that it was going to drop another couple of thousand points, you would expect to see the 10-year yield fall. It did not fall. There was no knee-jerk into the dollar either, although the dollar did put on a slight gain, but nothing major here. So, okay, big sell-off yesterday. I told you how this market works. Just big dramatic moves. And we got that yesterday. We were well overdue for some kind of a pullback. You all know that if you've been following my work. I said before the pullback how badly we needed one. Well, we got it. And I was all giddy all over the place yesterday, and I'm still giddy because I know where this market is going, up from here. Forget about it, people. Let's talk about a couple of other things. Crude oil finished higher. Cryptos finished higher. Gold and silver got hit. Why? It's risk on. Risk on. It's not going to stop. But there is something going on we do need to pay attention to. So look. Let's put this together real quick. Just this past Wednesday, we heard from the Yellowstain himself, from the dark, stinking Yellowstain, and he promised he's going to keep his foot to the floor, suppress rates through 2022, and he's going to increase asset purchases. And they're not done by a long shot. As long as their balance sheet expands, and it's going to, the market will follow as well. You can count on it. Hold that thought. I still want you to hold that thought. Okay. So with that said, understanding the environment, we now understand that it appears there's going to be another round of stimulus checks coming out here. Steve Mnuchin came out explaining it. I think he did the same thing last month, but now it's soon. People are going to be getting another round of stimulus checks soon this time, And, I'll tell you one thing that does bother me. As we all know, it's all over the place. We're not being allowed to know what companies received $500 billion in bailout money. Now, again, we all know the Federal Reserve has two balance sheets. We're not allowed to see the balance sheet where all this stuff is kept on because, again, where does all the cash come from? Where does the stimulus check money come from? The Federal Reserve. Where does all of this, the bailout funds for the corporations come from? The Federal Reserve. Got it. You understand all of that. We don't have it. We're broke. America is the largest debtor nation in the history of the world. But the fact that it's being hidden from us, Steve Mnuchin is out there saying, no, we're not going to disclose this information. So, I find that kind of troublesome. I would love to hear from you. Do you think that the corporations that got bailouts, they should be made public? Should you know where your cash went to work? Because it didn't go into your pocket, although you did get a little stimulus check, most of you, I think. And you might get another one, according to Steve Mnuchin, but you're not allowed to know where 500 billion or $500 billion went. And it's a lot more than that. And so let's move forward a little bit. There's a couple of things in play that we must pay attention to. Number one, they started it. A story was floated out today. I posted a link on all my social networks. I think it was an article from Market Watch. China trade may be going well. They're agreeing to agree. So they're already starting to float it out there. No surprise to you. You knew they were keeping it in their back pocket for a moment like this. The market wants to hear good news on trade. It's all fake. It'll all be conjured up. It's not real. But these stories are going to get floated out there to cause stocks to move higher. You understand that. We're hearing there's a major campaign going on regarding the resurgence of the coronavirus. It's everywhere. Mainstream media channels, mainstream financial channels, they are pushing it. The CDC talking about a possible another lockdown recommendation. I mean, what are they doing? Again, I did an interview recently where I spoke about they're going to hit us with something bigger. You have to understand that. And I believe what they're going to do here is use a resurgence of the coronavirus. It's not going to be real. For another excuse to bail out corporations. Again, to bring these corporations together with this new America. All right, we're pretty much there. We got this merger of corporations and a government. Definition of that is fascism. That is what we have here in the United States. But I don't think they finished. So what they're going to do here is hit us with something larger. I don't know how they're going to do it, but be ready for it because it's all over the place. Resurgence. It's coming back. It's big, and that's why the market really couldn't get any traction today. I think we would have finished higher if it weren't for this, but they're flooding the airwaves. So be ready for something big to come down the pike. Big. It has to be bigger than the last time. And it's not going to be real in any way, shape, or form. The data is going to be fake. All of it is going to be to mislead you and to distract you, to force you to comply. You understand? This is the new world order right here in the United States. The president admitted he's the chosen one. He is speaking between the lines. He's trying to tell you something. Listen to the man, okay? He has no say-so in this. He has no power in this. He must go along. This is a 1 century long plan that we're seeing now by the Federal Reserve. They're instituting it in full swing. Whatever they got to do, psyops, black ops, whatever, to string the people along, well, that is exactly what they're going to do here. Okay, I think you get it. It's as plain to see. All you got to have is one eye even slightly open. You understand? So be ready for something. Something's coming. I'm not sure when or what, but they're setting it up. I really do believe it's for another corporate bailout. The corporations aren't getting, I think, what they want here, especially the upper echelon of these corporations. They're counting on very large bonuses, and they're going to get it. Okay, that's probably another reason why we're not being allowed to know who received bailout money, because when it becomes known that CEO so-and-so just got XXXXXXXXX bonus, well, the American people would get up in arms. Well, we just bailed out this company. Why is the CEO getting a massive multi-million-dollar bonus? You understand? They got to hide it from you. You must be kept in the dark. Okay, this was supposed to be transparent. You remember President Trump, the most transparent in history? Do you agree with that? I don't think you do. But it's not him. You have to understand. We got to understand where the orders come from. Way over his head. Way over. He's a mouthpiece. All presidents are a mouthpiece. They're put there so people have an object to look at. Somewhere to put their faith, and while the orders come from way, way higher than that, okay? It's the banks. The banks run the show. They run it all. Period. The end. You know that. All right. So be ready for that. coming down the pike, some kind of thing. I want to bring this to your attention as well. Last week we heard from the World Health Organization. Specifically, they said that asymptomatic transmission of the coronavirus was a very rare. That was a quote. Now today, that was 4 days ago. Today, it came out that it's this asymptomatic transmission is now worse than SARS or influenza. You understand? It's a psyop. They tell you this, then they tell you that. So you don't know what to believe. You understand? All of it is a game. And you are nothing. You're a pawn. You're a pawn in it. Right from the top down. The president himself, any president, is also a pawn in this. This is a global thing. The entities that run the world have every single world leader puppetized. They are puppets. And by keeping the world leaders puppets, what do? They drag the people along with them. You understand? I think you get it. It's pretty straightforward. All right, so let's summarize real quick here. Nice rally on Wall Street today. 10-year yield well off yesterday's lows. No real knee-jerk into the dollar, although, like I said, the dollar did finish higher. I think this is a setup, unless something else is coming down the pike, for stocks to go up. They're already floating out China trade deal stories. Okay, we're ready to cooperate. China's going to comply. Look it up for yourself. Or go to my Facebook page. I posted it. I posted it on Twitter. My chat room on my website here, traderschoice.net. So again, they got that in their back pocket. They're starting to get it out. If they need to break it out in full swing to push stocks higher, that's what they will do. Mark my words. So more stimulus looks like it's coming, according to Steve Mnuchin. More bailouts, although we're not allowed to know why or who got these bailouts, and you know why. I just covered it, because when the CEOs get their fat bonuses, people might go up in arms. Well, they can't allow that to happen. You must be controlled. You understand that? It's all about control, and you are nothing. Okay? Not to me. I love all of you. You know that. But to them, you are a means to an end. If they got to do whatever they got to do to you, they will. And I think you already know that. We watched, again, gold and silver take a little bit of a hit today. Why? The game is risk on. Crypto's caught a bid. Not much, but caught a bid anyway, and crude oil got propped up. So that's it. That's where we're at. So let's see how this plays out. I will be doing a markets a look ahead segment over the weekend. You know what? With that in mind, I want you to do something, okay? My website, traderschoice.net, there's a link in the description of this video. I have a free stock screener there, okay? It picks stocks for you. I want you to go over there and have a look at the top 6 picks on that screener. Just go look at it and tell me what the common thread between the top 5 or 6 picks are, okay? I think you're going to find it very enlightening. All right, with that said, this guy here loves you all a lot. Another crazy week. We got through it. We always will. We're never going to lose. We're all winners, okay? No matter how you want to look at it, I've kept you on the right side of this market, whether you're a stacker, you're investing in cryptos, you're a trader. I don't think there's a guy out here that works as hard as me. Maybe there is. But I really do put every effort imaginable into this, because I want to bring you actionable information and stuff that gets you thinking a little bit. And I want you to see through the charade that is going on right before you. It's pretty evident. All right, look, with that said, okay, you ready? You ready? Love each other, care about each other, and be charitable. It's the most important thing. If we do this, if we all adopt this attitude, we can change the world. And that's what I want to do. I want to make a difference. Love you a lot again. See you Sunday.